Welcome back to more Lord of the Rings Online. In this episode and the next, I'm going to be doing the Spring Festival quests for the year 2018. I'm going to be hitting some of the major things here in the Spring Festival. If you want a more comprehensive guide to the Spring Festival, check out the one that I did last year for 2017. I just kind of went through this relatively quickly, I suppose, hitting some of the main points. I do apologize, I'm recording the audio after the fact because my microphone screwed up and didn't record the original audio. The residents of Breeland have built an impressive hedge maze. Folks are traveling from all around to try their hand at navigating the maze, drink, and make merriment. Join in the festivities and welcome to the Spring Festival. Ready yourself to travel to the hedge maze in the horse fields of Breeland to experience this year's spring celebration. Hurry and join the festivities. Alright, so yes, I do apologize again that the audio is being recorded after the fact. It's so annoying. Anyways, let me equip the Stone of the Tortoise here. Looks like I did that, so I don't get too much experience doing this. There's lots to do during the Spring Festival. Get out there and get involved and earn rewards. Welcome, my friend. If you're here for the Spring Festival, I'd recommend you look around and participate in many of the fun activities around here. If you're not here for the Spring Festival, maybe you should be. For those folks that participate in many of our activities, there might just be a reward in store for you, so get out there. And remember, if you get lost in the hedge maze, just yell for help. So this is one of those meta quests where you have to do a bunch of Spring Festival quests for like 20 days in a row. Unfortunately, I started the Spring Festival too late when I did this, so I was not able to do it this year. Maybe next year, right?
Hello, friend.
There are many rewards that await those that participate in the Spring Festival, and for those that celebrate for many days, the rewards are all the grander. So you had the Taste of Spring quest, you got to complete it a million times, so on and so forth, similar to some of the other festivals. Yeah, I haven't played Lord of the Rings Online in so long because I've been dreading having to go back and re-record the audio for this. But anyways, this episode is going to be a little bit more edited than usual for that precise reason. I just want to get it over with. So here we go. Once again, the boot shipment is late, and I'm certain that J.R.R. is having problems with his supply. Can you remember the things that he needed to collect in order to keep the boots coming? If you could go out and collect J.R.R.'s goods, it would be much appreciated, Kippen. Please return to me when you've done so that I know when I can be expecting the boot delivery.
Will you lend me your ear?
The Shrew business is positively ruining the festival for me. I almost didn't come this year. I really didn't. There's such a violent game, and it offends me terribly. Stomping on shrews is so far beneath the dignity of the free peoples that I refuse to participate, but I have come up with something better to do. I'd like to propose that we actually do something useful for the festival to try and salvage this catastrophe. I saw some lovely flowers growing in the fields outside of Duland. You should collect them and plant them in here. That is a proper festival activity for you.
Good day.
Well, I never thought I'd see the day when we hobbits would have these graceful old elves beat. But it seems that this is such the day. This will make a grand story at the Ivy Bush. As you can imagine, we have many farms and gardens in the Shire, and naturally, we have shrews to pester us as well. But I guarantee you that even the simplest hobbit has more wisdom in dealing with shrews than all these elves combined. Don't believe me? Go to the farmers around Hobbiton and Mickle Delving. See what happens when shrews dare to pester them. Then you can come back here and tell these poor, hapless elves what you've learned. You may remember a lot of these quests from last year if you watched those episodes.
How can I be
He said, "What? Why that little?" Nay, don't listen to me. There's no reason for me to take offense. Perhaps our little dirty-footed, cheeky, gap-toothed guest is correct. Perhaps we elves have something to learn from these hobbits. They must be truly gifted farmers to have grown so fat. Yes, do go to the Shire. Learn what you can from those dumplings, halflings, on how to best get rid of shrews. I know you guys probably get tired of me complaining, but it's so annoying when I set up everything right and the microphone wasn't turned on. It was because OBS, the software that I used to record this playthrough with, it updated and it changed all my settings when I updated, and I assumed it had kept all the settings the same, so it wasn't set up to pick up my microphone. So this episode and the next one, unfortunately, I'm having to record the audio afterwards. It's very frustrating because I'm sure I said all sorts of illustrious and wise things that are lost forever, and I'm just having to make up things as I go. I know it's not as spontaneous and not as interesting when I make the commentary afterwards, but I'll do my best. At least it's something that I can fix to some degree. On top of that, I actually just recorded audio for this not too long ago. I recorded earlier today. I was about 25 minutes in recording the audio for this, and then the power went out, and I had the last laugh because I bought an external power source for my computer precisely so when the power goes out, I don't lose all my work. So I was laughing. I knew I only had a few more minutes to record, and then I was going to stop recording, save my work, and turn off my computer. But apparently my external power doesn't last very long at all. So right as I was finishing up, my external power lost all its reserve power, and I lost the entire episode. So this is like the third time really that I'm having to record the audio for this. You guys don't care. I'm sorry. I complain too much sometimes, but really, I just want to emphasize that I've put my LOTRO series recording on hold just because I've been dreading having to go back and edit this. So yeah, this episode and the next a little bit more edited than usual, just so I can get on with things. Thankfully, it was a festival episode that this happened on. Especially a festival that I've already done before. I'll probably be fast forwarding a lot, as you can see here. Just to get some of the other supplies over at the Selondem docks. I believe I need to get the twine down there. Now I know though, this is the first time that the power has gone out while I was recording since I've gotten the external power source. So now I know that if the power goes out, I need to stop what I'm doing immediately, save everything, and get out of there. I thought I had at least like 30 minutes, but I guess not. With this supercomputer, actually, it doesn't really surprise me that it sucks up that much power. Let me fast forward back there. Looks like I need to get one more spring flower here, and then I should be set. And then again, this elf here is a housing quest, so no worries about that. I take your delivery as a sign that more boots are in demand than ever. Alas, J.R.R is grateful, but sighs dramatically as you hand him the goods. You may tell Santmarith that the boot shipment will be along shortly. There are the dancing quests and that kind of stuff in that little area, but no need to redo those.
How can I be of service?
We are on schedule again. Well done, Kippen. I don't know what we would do without you. Come back often. Our demand for boots is high indeed, and supplies always dwindle. Now that I collected all the spring flowers, I do need to put them in the pot. It's not enough just to collect them, you gotta decorate the place as well. I think the Shrew stomping is one of the main activities during the Spring Festival, the other one being the hedge maze. I'll be doing the Shrew stomping in this episode and save the hedge maze for the next one.
Megovanen.
That's much better, Kippen. You and I understand what it truly means to visit a festival. There should be something lovely and beautiful to feast our eyes upon. No unconscious shrews or chewed up gardens. I'm glad we found something proper to do. Alright, so now I think I need to wait for the shrew stomping event, so I'll probably do a little editing here, I think. If I remember right. There we go. So remember, there are 3 different tiers to this. There's the
Mind my
beginner,
words, traveler.
stomp a shrew for the leisurely gardener, which is fairly easy. And then you can get the intermediate one,
Stay a moment.
stomp a shrew for the practiced gardener. Or you can go with the most advanced one, which is what I'm going to do,
Stay a moment.
which is the Stomp a Shrew Challenge. And you get better rewards for this one, so that's why I do it. Do you know what I advise? I advise that you ignore my friends and embark upon the greatest challenge of all. That is the only way you shall earn my respect as an elite gardener. When you begin the game, you are responsible for planting and gardening tasks, as well as driving away the deer shrews. If you manage all of them in the allotted time, you will have done as much as you can for a poor little garden. Do your best, Kippen. The stakes are very high indeed. So of course, you can't just grab the quest, you need to grab the boots, that way you can actually stomp the shrews. Don't forget to do that. And I know this episode is going up like months after the Spring Festival, I understand that, but that's just the nature of things. I did not see him now, I think I just saw him. He drives me mad, he is the bane of the elves, such an enormous shrew, I have no love for him. Perhaps you can defeat him, he is infuriatingly evasive and only appears once in a long while. Only one hero can drive him off in each round. How he drives me mad. Mad! He will appear soon in the garden below. If you defeat him, I'll give you the most generous reward of all. What do you say to that, Warden? So this is to fight off the big shrew, and you have to use the big boot on him. So you gotta make sure you got the right things here. I guess what I did here was I put it in an easier hotkey to get to. Then I'll edit out all the waiting here, of course. There's all sorts of strategy that you can use for this, but I think really, and I don't know if I'm doing it here, but probably the best thing you want to do is do all your planting at the start, because once the game starts, everybody's going to be running around kicking shrews, so it's a little bit harder to do that. But then hopefully by the time you're done planting everything, a lot of people will be done kicking all their shrews. That way it's a little bit easier for you to do so. But I'm just kind of free-for-alling it over here. And then always got to be ready for the big shrew to pop out. It can happen at any time. If he pops out too close to you, you go flying. That's not good. You want to be close, but not too close. For example, there I was a little too close and I went flying, so obviously missed out on him. Yeah, looks like I'm done with the quest. Doesn't look like I realized it when I was playing, because looks like I was trying to stomp another shrew there. Well done, Kippen. It is a start. A new game will begin shortly. I do hope you will participate in the next one as well. So I certainly have to do one more, that way I can show you guys me getting the big shrew. It took me a few tries, but I eventually got it, and I'll leave it in the episode, I guess. Even though that means I have a whole nother round of shrew stomping that I need to find things to comment on. It's very hard to comment after the fact. Sometimes I'm just at a loss for words in these situations and I don't know what to say. You can see the big shrew over to the left. It's a cosmetic pet. Sometimes people will bring their giant shrew with them. And I guess that can be a little bit confusing, because everybody's always so paranoid looking for the big shrew so they can get it. And they'll see that big thing and maybe think that's it. Kind of chase it around hopelessly. So I took my advice to heart this round, and you can see I basically did all my planting at the start. Still a lot of people chasing shrews, but not as many. It's a little bit less crowded. Big shrew, and I was well positioned for that one. You can see the later the round goes, it's obviously a whole lot easier to stomp on these shrews. And the full challenge itself really isn't that hard. You can see I have plenty of time to do it. Still have a whole minute left and I'm pretty much done. Well done, Kippen. It is a start. A new game will begin shortly. I do hope you will participate in the next one as well. Now let me go turn in the Big Shrew quest.
What can I do?
Well
for
done,
you?
Kippen. It is a start. A new game will begin shortly. I do hope you will participate in the next one as well. Very anticlimactic quest finish text there from that guy. You can see you get all these gift boxes from completing the quest. The gift box is the best that you can get. That's why you do the most challenging quest. You get these little blue ones. Get some spring leaves and the possibility of getting something else in there as well. And then the Big Shrew quest gives you that green box. But I got nothing too exciting out of it, just 5 spring leaves, but whatever. Alright, so let me go do some of the other ones as well. Probably go talk to all the hobbits in the Shire. There's one in Sanson's Farm, there's one in Hobbiton, there's one in Bywater. And Sanson's Farm is close enough to here to where I can just easily ride over there. This is where all the chicken quests are, of course. I still need to come back and finish some of them. The ones that take you all the way to Gondor and places I haven't been to yet. Obviously, I want to save those for later.
Hello.
Hello there, shrews. Yes, we've been known to see a shrew or two. I'll tell you the secret to getting rid of them. Talk very loudly about winter being just around the corner. Shrews hibernate in the winter, you see. Just talk about how cold it's getting and how it's supposed to snow tomorrow. You'll see. They'll be running for their warm, cozy burrows in no time. It's getting awfully cold these days. I hear it's likely to snow tomorrow. Let me fast forward my way over to, I guess, Hobbiton. Speak with the old gaffer.
Just a moment.
If you're wanting advice on gardening, you've come to the right hobbit. Shrews are nasty critters determined to ruin my work. There are two ways to deal with them. Either trap them or chuck an apple at them. Aim for the head if you decide to chuck an apple. I suppose stomping on them would work too if you're quick. Shrews are everywhere this time of year. There's nothing to be done about it. See that? Bold as brass. Alright, final stop. All the way nearby water.
Good day.
You want to know how we keep shrews away from our fields? It's very simple. My cat here, Waldy, is the finest shrew hunter in all the Shire. Watch what he can do. Hey Waldy, wake up. There are some shrews in our fields. Hunt. Go on, hunt. Cat's not having any of it. I think Waldy is busy at the moment. Come back later, you'll see what he can do. I'm not so sure about that. And I think the last thing that I show in this episode is the flower hunting. You may remember that from last year as well. There's a gentleman in Bree who gives you a quest to collect flowers, and it's a time quest. You have 60 minutes to collect as many flowers as you can, and you can turn those flowers in for rewards. Obviously, I'm not going to spend 60 minutes showing you myself flower hunting, but I'll show you the different locations and the different flowers that you can get, just briefly. So I guess I was pointing out the epic battle quest and the housing quest there, but this is the guy that I need to talk to, and here's some of the rewards that you can trade in for the different flowers, and you kind of want to see how many of each flower you need for the reward that you want. That way you can focus on the appropriate area, because the different areas will have a different type of flower that predominantly grows there, as you will soon see.
Hello there.
Would you do something for me?
Hello again, Kippen. I wanted to thank you for your help. I've gone ahead and sent a note over to Miss Coppersmith, and we will be meeting for tea later today. I couldn't have done it without you. In the meantime, please let me introduce you to my friend, Gredlin Mugwort. He has come up with a wonderful plan. He thinks if we work together, we can create bouquets as gifts for suitors to give to their sweethearts. We would appreciate it if you could go out and pick some more of those lovely flowers. You can come back here and trade them to Gredlin in exchange for a wonderful present. We look forward to seeing what flowers you bring back. You can pick all the blooms from flower patches around the areas where you found the flowers I asked for. Violets are found most often in Breland, primroses and heirloom and marigolds in the Shire. Do not worry if you feel as though you do not have enough time to find all the flowers you need today. You can always come back tomorrow and try again. So if you look over to the right where my quests are, you'll see that I have a 60-minute timer, and again, I can just run around and collect as many flowers as I possibly can while the quest remains active with that timer. And the first set of them will be the violet. What's a violet? Whatever it is here in the northern Bree fields. So let's go pick a few of those. The area is fairly well highlighted here. You can just run around and look for them. Here's a patch. And And like the quest giver mentioned, you can see that I got primarily violets out of that, so violets are the ones that grow here in Breland mostly. A good strategy is to spend about 20 minutes in each location collecting flowers. That way you kind of even out and get an even amount of all the different types. You can vary it among the rewards. Alright, so next up there will be some flowers in the Shire. I believe primarily the marigolds. It'll be just north here of Mickle Delving. I'm getting flashbacks because this is right about where my power went out. And then a few minutes after this is where my backup power went down. Terrible flashbacks. Having to re-record all this, are you kidding me? So again, as you can see, the marigolds are the dominant flowers here. And then the next location will be over in Ered Luin, near Duiland, I believe. Thankfully, all these warden skills make it pretty easy for me to get around. Although I don't have a very good skill to get me to the southern portions of Ered Luin, but this works. You can take a swift travel pony from here in Thorin's Hall.
Well met.
And as you can see, it's just right around here. I was wrong, it's not near Duiland, it's just west of Silandim. Makes it easier, I guess, since the swift travel is here. And you'll get primarily the primroses here. Really? Can't go up that hill? Gotta go all the way around? That's just crazy. This is probably the most awkward place to go flower hunting out of the 3 different locations. And I guess here I was showing you that you can open up your wallet and you can see how many of each flowers you have in case you're trying to save up for a specific reward. This is right about where I crashed. So I'm not sure how I ended up the episode here, but I'll just see what I'm doing. Guess I'm going back to the festival garden. Turn in the Shire quest after talking with all the hobbits in regards to how they deal with their shrew problems. How the Shire shoes shrews. That's a hard quest to say.
How can I be of service?
Magmiel listens keenly as you tell the tale of your journey in the Shire, not shower. This sounded like a productive venture, Kippen. Sleeping cats, lies about the season, but at least one hobbit resorts to similar methods to those we use here. I believe apples hurled at the unruly beast give me the sense of satisfaction. Know-it-all hobbits don't seem to something. Sorry, I missed the last few words there. It's kind of hard to read the quest text after the fact, because I guess I was reading faster when I originally recorded. But anyways, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. I apologize again that I had to go and record the audio after the fact. The next episode, unfortunately, is going to be the same way. But see you next time, I guess.